welcome everyone. We're gonna do something a little different today. We're gonna start with building tutorials. We're gonna go through a couple different steps, a couple different methods. We're gonna go into playground mode, and I'll show you what the best method is for certain situations, and then we can show you that like in game as well. But we'll start with the playground mode. I'll walk you through it, and then we'll show you some examples. During the best place for this is either going to be Wailing Woods or the Divot, honestly. The place with the most trees. So we'll drop Wailing, get a ton of mats, clear out an area, and then we'll walk through it. Also, we'll see if we can get some cool things. I'll show you some examples of utilizing a jump pad as well. It can help save from fall damage, so if you hear your structure getting shot down, you can quickly put it down, jump on the jump pad, and stay right. So we're going to clear out an area real quick. It'll take a second. Oh, that's annoying. Already in full net wood. Alright. Alright, so we'll start with the basics. I'm gonna actually get under a tree for this one so we don't take up the good space. So we're gonna start with the 1x1. Basic 1x1 with a ramp out, right? This is the most basic you can get, but it is able to be utilized, right? So you have cover, you're able to third person over the edges, and you'll be able to see anything coming towards you. You can see if you can take a shot. Maybe someone's gargoyling over there and you got a sniper. You can third person them, pop out and pop them. This is more of a defensive strategy. You won't want to use this if someone's in front of you rushing you. A 1x1's not going to do it. So this is just the basic form of a building. So if someone's rushing you, there's a bunch of different things you can do. We'll start with a single ramp. So you're going to have to do a double here, but you have a single ramp and you'll be able to pop up and shoot them. This is the basic form. This is the easy form. If you're not using Builder Pro, I would strongly suggest using it. The only downside to this is that you've got a single layer of defense, so when they shoot this down, you're exposed and you actually fall. So you're gonna have to build again. But this is good I would use this mainly if you were rushing. So if you're gonna get a little aggressive and you're gonna rush them, you can do a 1x1, build up to 3, and try to pop them. Depending on their skill level, if you're going against someone that looks like they're less skilled, then I would recommend this one without anything to defend it. You have enough to run up there before he figures out what's going on, and then you'll be able to pop him. I'm going to destroy this, and we'll move on to the next one. So the next one's the same thing. It's the next step up. You can do a ramp rush with a wall in front. This right here gives you a second layer of defense, and you can rush with it. You can still do this for a defensive method. So you come over here, build a wall, and there you go. You can play defensive. If they're rushing you, you can pop them real quick. Or if you're just trying to sneak up on them. I would not recommend shooting someone if you don't have any sort of defense. So either a ramp or a quick 1x1. Don't shoot out in the open because they can just turn and shoot you quickly. Here, you have the upper hand. You can aim down, and they won't be able to shoot back up at you. So this is the basic form, and then when you get into rushing with this, it actually gets, once you get that method down, there you go, and this just gives you that second line of defense again. I accidentally did the little advanced version of it, but you have that second line of defense when they're looking at it from back here. When you're rushing them, the only thing, once you get up to there, they'll be able to see it, but the only thing they see there is the wall. And they can't shoot the ramp, so they have to shoot the wall, then the ramp, so they have to take twice as long. And if you're rushing, you should definitely be there before they're able to shoot two walls down. Here, I'll show you real quick. I'm gonna actually build a different one. Alright, so you rushed, you did a double ramp on them, and now you're looking at them. So they could see this slightly, but they have to be pretty good, and then with this bloom it's hard. But they have to shoot through this and then through that. By that time, they wasted a clip, and you're able to rush them and kill them. Let me get a little more. Let's clear a little bit more. The next thing we're going to get into is the same thing as this, but in a double ramp. You can do a double ramp without a wall. Again, it's a less defensive mechanism than with the wall, but Here you go. Gotta quickly go back and forth. The higher the sensitivity, the better. So the double ramp, the only good thing about this is that you can run at the same speed, you just gotta be quicker, and I would recommend a higher sensitivity. I run at 8, sometimes 9. But the only good thing about this is they shoot out one, they're still good. They have to shoot out both of them to even affect you. And again, that's two layers of defense before they're able to do anything. Alright, so this with the wall is, personally, I think this is the best method. So what I recommend is you start like that, double wall, double ramp, double wall, and then as you get better with it, you can go faster. So again, this is the same thing as the single ramp with the wall. It's just quadruple the level of protection as a single ramp. So now, again, I built up pretty high, but if they're here, they have to shoot through this, and then that, and then they have to shoot through this, and then that. So they have to shoot through 4 layers of building materials before they can even shoot you. So if you build a quick 2 level, and you're here, you can just pop them before they even are able to destroy. Or you can go 3 to get a little bit better angle, because you'll have less exposed and you'll be able to shoot them. And by that time, if you can't kill them before they destroy your structures, you just need to figure out your aim. There's another thing some people like to do. I'll show you. It's not my favorite. I honestly don't use it. I really don't think it adds any benefit. I just gotta clear a quick area real quick. Alright, so this is, I'll show it in a single ramp version and in a double ramp version. So you build a wall, wall, floor, wall, ramp, wall, floor, ramp, floor, wall, ramp, floor, wall. Oh, try not to use it. So wall, ramp, floor, wall, ramp, floor, wall, ramp, floor, wall. Alright, so there we go. So this one, a lot of people like to run. Personally, I don't think it's any better than just a ramp and a wall, and it's slower. The only good thing is about this is if someone's right under you, they have to shoot through 2 layers, right? So you still have that second layer of defense, but if you come over to our original one, it's all the way over here. With just the wall and the ramp, if they're under you, you only have a single layer of defense. So the only time this one's really viable is if you're rushing over somebody, and you shouldn't ever really be doing that. But if they're rushing you and you need to build ramps to prevent that, you can do that. That's an option. But honestly, you should never build past someone. They should always be in front of you. And if they're rushing you, then you got to build up. So this is an option, and you can do this in the double ramp version as well. But again, I don't use that often because I wouldn't build with I wouldn't ramp rush with someone under me. So we'll get into the next one. It's more of an escape method. I'm just gonna build up. I'm just building random stuff so I can show you. So let's say you're being ramp rushed, or not ramp rushed. You got in a build battle, right? And somehow you got trapped, right? You build here, and they build over you. The best way to get out of this situation is to build yourself in, then you build, and you want to get above them. What? Alright. So you're going to ramp up, keep going. I would do 3, build a wall, then a ramp, and then you have the upper hand. And now you're above them. So that's when you're getting out battled and you got stuck under him, right? So if you're building and he goes and builds a ramp over your build and you're stuck here, or you're stuck under there, and there's no way to ramp up because he built over you. So the structures, it won't be that high, right? Say you have a guy that's hanging out in like a 4-level 1x1 or something a little crazy, and you want to rush him. Let me get this llama. Let me see if there's a bounce pad in this. So you're going to rush that guy, but you have the lower ground, and you can't ramp rush him because he's already got the upper hand. He's already got the upper hand, and you have to make a decision on what you got to do. So if you ramp rush him, even with the double, he'll shoot it down before you get to him because he's already 4 levels, so you got to build 4 levels to even get even with him, and he'll just pop you, or he'll break your ramp and you'll take fall damage. So best method to do this, go to quick one by one. I would go 2 by 2 depending how close you are. And then you want to go wall, ramp, ramp, wall, ramp, ramp, wall. I would get as, come on, that's not sticking. And you gotta make sure when you do this, you have that wall facing the guy, right? So he's definitely gonna be shooting at you the whole time, but you need to make sure, quick one by one, go to double wide or double height. So if you're gonna rush him, go. Make sure you have 2 layers of protection, because if you make it easy, he can just shoot you out, and then you're above him. So you always have to have that wall protection. And then you can either back and forth, or you can slowly build up, and then you can rush them. But I would definitely have a double, and then you can get above them. You just need to make sure you have this wall, and you don't have to build a full one by one. You can do just a wall, and then ramp. A wall ramp, like this, wall, ramp. And that gives you that protection. Because if you just build like this, he'll shoot you. If you build like this, he'll shoot you out before you're even. It's 1 layer of protection, and he'll just shoot you out. And again, you can use multiple techniques. You can build this, build a 1 by 1 real quick, close yourself in, and then if he's just destroying you, you could escape out the back, like this, just same method. Oh, I thought it was right now. And you can build this up. And then you're above him again. So there's a couple of different options, but that single wall ramp is probably one of the better options. But if you do it, you got to stagger, right? You have to create 2 layers, so he has to shoot out 2 sides. If you leave it to where he just has 1, he can shoot you out here. Just shoot this ramp, shoot this wall. If this wasn't here, so let's pretend you built this, right? You built a wall and you built this ramp, and you didn't go too wide like here. He can just shoot out this, and everything you build just collapses. So you need to make sure you double wide it and you make it fortified, because if you just build one wall, it's a double wall destruction, and you die. All right. So I'm gonna show you a little fun with a bounce pad. I think I have 3 of them. I do. So there's a couple things that I do, and I'll do it in slow motion for you. So you can use them to get out of storms. You can use them to get out of trouble. When you're doing this, if you're trying to get out of storm, you're gonna make sure you have your bounce pad set, so you don't waste any time. So the storm's behind you, you're about to rush. You need to determine how high you can build. If there's people around, you build lower. If there's not a lot of people around, you can build as high as you really want. It's how comfortable you feel. Just be careful not to get shot out. So there's nobody here, so I'm gonna do this as high as I can. And then you're gonna build up. And as soon as you get to the top, or as high as you want, you build a floor, quickly build a wall, press X, place a trap, and then you get boosted ahead and you take no fall damage. So this gives you a little bit of advantage running towards a storm. So if you're running behind, you can use those to get out of storm. Or you can disengage from people chasing you, things like that. So there's also, say you're in a big build battle. So there's a lot of ways you can use these, but I'll show you how to disengage with it, right? So say you're in this massive build battle, you're building up. Oh. Alright, so you're in this massive build battle, you're just building up, you're doing your thing. The guys, you hear it breaking, right? And you just quickly switch, push it out, and then you can disengage, and you can jump off and save yourself. So if you see it being shot, you hear a rocket coming, you know it's going to fall, quickly put one of those down. So another thing you can do, this is actually a cool one, I'm not going to do it, but if you put it here, it'll shoot you that way. So say someone's rushing you, he's coming under, you can quickly put it down, it'll shoot you back. He'll think you're on a ramp, but you're being shot back, so then you'll be looking right at him and shooting him. So another thing you can do is, say they're beating you in a build battle, right? So they're above you. I'm just gonna build up. Build up to like right where. So he's beating you in a build battle. You click. Right. So he's beating you. He's above you. Quickly put this down. Quickly put that down, and you're up above him. And you can build up onto him, if not above him, and then you have that advantage. So you get a little boost up. There you go. So you get that little boost up. So if he's above you, you can quickly close him in, open this up, and then just pop him. So you can use those to your advantage engaging. You can get above build battle. You can disengage from build battles. You can save yourself from the storm. So there's a lot of things they can help you with. Alright, so we discussed the building techniques in playground mode. So now I'll show you them in game and why I did it. I'll show you why I build one by one, why I would single ramp rush, why I would double ramp rush, and things like that. So I don't... This guy. I hope I find you in game. Why you guys shoot me like that, dog? I guess you did. So I honestly probably won't single ramp rush. Actually, I'll do it for the tutorial, but single ramp rushing is something I don't normally do unless someone's pretty bad. But you never really know. People rock no skins for no reason. So I'm actually gonna build in for a second because I need to med up. Dude, I'm gonna pop your face. Alright boys, so here's the deal. This is how I'm gonna show you. We're gonna build up sideways, like I told you. Because he is higher ground. So it's a good example. Where you at, dog? Oh, feels bad. Here, let's try that again. So now, I'm above him. And that's how you do it. I was above him. He ran like a little girl. Alright, now I'm going to do something stupid. Don't do as I do. Do as I say. Yep, you're garbage, honestly. Don't worry, he's bad. Alright, so here we go with the single ramp rush. You ready for this? I would never do this. I'm not doing it. I'm doing a double without a floor or without a wall. What does he have? Is that an AR or scoped? Got him. That's how you do it, boys. I have no idea why that guy just did that. Dude, some guy just jumped on me? So there's an example of a single rush. I knew he was inside. He wasn't going to shoot it down, so I had to get up quick. And I built up, and I got over him, and then I shot him. I don't know what he was doing, honestly, but... Not really sure what you were thinking was going to happen there.